Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. It is Manifesting Monday, so I'm going to manifest all of you coming in here and let's have a good cuppa together. So I'm going to take a minute and share this out. And when you find it, please do the same. Just share it out there so everybody can see that we're on and we are having a cuppa. All right, it's not on yet. That's a yet. I see somebody found it, so please help me share. There it is. Okay. It's there, and I see you all coming in. When you come in, let me know you're here so I can say good morning to you. Okay, it's shared. And we have our Annie Banani, good morning, and Jennifer and Kelly. Good morning, everyone. All right, let's do what we do, and that is to go into our hearts. We breathe together. So breathing into your heart center after you place your hand there, because the hand brings your focus right to the heart. And then slow down the breathing. Good morning, Brookie. And then the next thing you're going to do is add in some love. Just add that love right into your heart. Love yourself first. And then love on somebody else. Who do you want to give a big heart hug to and say, come on in. Thank you for being in my life. Let's do that now. Hug somebody. Love somebody. And then we say affirmations together. I am enough. I am worthy. I am a spark of the divine. Miracles happen to me every day. Opportunities show up everywhere. I'm healthy. I'm happy. I am abundant. And I love myself. Loving on yourself first. All right, so Deirdre just showed up, and Deirdre tells us how many days we've been doing those affirmations together. I think it's quite amazing that we started doing that over a year ago, and we're still doing the affirmations, bringing in the energy of abundance, the energy of health, of love, whatever your heart desires. You attest to it by making an I am statement. Annie's going to take it easy today because you had a busy weekend. There you go. Sit and process that weekend and just take some time for you today. That is important. Thank you for sharing this, Deirdre. And Barbara, good morning and blessings to you. Catherine Kovacs, good morning. Leo is here. Hello, darling, and thank you for coming in with us. All right, how's everybody doing? I hope you had a good weekend. I had, as you know, a very long, stressful weekend. It was up and down. It was some stress and some rest. So we need the balance of both, don't we? And Deirdre tells us we have been doing those affirmations together for 428 days. Quite amazing. I would say that's a miracle to have something last that long that we decided as a group to do. Thank you, Deirdre. Yes, I am here at Dr. Ruth Anderson's house, and I think she's probably still in bed because it's early in the morning here. It's 6 o'clock, where you guys are at, most of you are at 8 o'clock. But I got in late yesterday afternoon. We've had some beautiful time to just sit together, and I got to visit with her family. All right, so how are you? Do your little check-in. Let me know if everything's okay. If it's not okay, if you want it to be okay. And how are you doing with manifesting? Let's hear some of that. Are you actually able to see some of the things that your heart desires? Do you have the physical proof of that desire coming to you? Catherine had a quiet weekend. Oh, yes, it was Mother's Day. And for a lot of people whose mothers are not physically with you anymore, that is a hard time. It's really hard. And, you know, sometimes as mothers, when our children are not physically with us anymore, then that hurts as well. So it's it's one of those holidays that we celebrate motherhood and parenthood, I say, instead of just motherhood, because there's a lot of dads out there that are doing both. They're playing mother and father. But it is one of those holidays that it's joyous. That's the whole idea, is to honor the mothers, but it also can be very emotional. Kelly says, I'm also taking it easy, doing a colonoscopy prep today. And please pray for her, everyone, that everything goes smoothly. We certainly will. Good morning, Kim. We're so glad that you are here. Welcome, welcome in. Well, keep checking in. Let me know how you're doing. Leo, oh, you lost your Uncle Levi. Yes, we have been praying for him for a couple of weeks now. Oh, sweetie. Well, we're holding you with that broken heart. And just know that you're going to have a different relationship with him now. You can still communicate with him and have him in your life. It's just going to be on a different dimension. Kelly's blessed to be able to do a colonoscopy because for the first time in 8 years, your white blood cell count is high enough to do it. There's the blessing, right? Always look for the blessing. Always look for the upbeat in whatever you're going through. Deirdre, I celebrate our Mother Earth every day. All mothers deserve reverence every day. I agree, Deirdre. You're so right. Okay, so let's talk about manifesting. Are you? Good morning, Pat Moss. So are you manifesting? Are you bringing something to you that you desire? And as I travel, I listen to a lot of audiobooks. And this trip, this journey that I've just made all the way from Kentucky to Colorado, I have listened to one of what I consider my mentor, Neville Goddard. And Neville is the manifesting guru. He taught people in his private circle how to manifest, and his secrets that he was sharing with us, and then they taught it out into the world. So anyone who we know that's teaching us manifestation tips and really manifesting the big stuff, what I consider big stuff, the big miracles, they have listened to Neville. And a lot of them will mention that in their teaching, when they teach it. So looking at Neville and listening to him and just seeing how he went from having absolutely nothing to manifesting everything that his heart desired. He put it out there to the universe and it showed up for him. So he shared a lot of tips and tricks of manifesting, and I put a lot of that in the book that I did, the manifesting book. If you don't have that, it is on Amazon that you can get it. Let me see what we got. Catherine says, yes, I manifested tickets to see the Marshall Tucker Band and George Thorogood and the Destroyers in concert. It was on Friday night. Oh, Catherine, I bet you were just raised up high from doing that and being given that. That's awesome. Deirdre says, I believe I've manifested the most meaningful thing in my life so far, and that is our angelic river family. Absolutely. This was a divine gift that we have, this angelic river family and the P's for Peace that developed from there. So absolutely, we did. We manifested that. All right, so what does Neville teach us? One of the things he teaches us is walk by faith, not by sight. Put that up there for you. Walk by faith, not by sight. What does that mean? What does that mean to you when I say those words? Who can share this morning? Just put it in the comments what you get from this message from Neville, because this was the crux of his teaching. And what is that faith? What does it even mean, faith? And how do we walk by faith? Kim manifested horseback riding with her sons and more rabbits. Oh, I've been seeing them too, Kim. I saw so many rabbits when I was at my sister's house. I've seen rabbits on the road as I've traveled and stopped for the night. Yes, the rabbits are everywhere right now. So the question is, what does this mean? When I put that up on there on the screen for you to see, what does it mean to walk by faith and not by sight? And some of Neville's teachings, his core teachings, are just so simple. And the angels are always saying to us, keep it simple. Stop trying to complicate things. You humans complicate everything. So what does he mean when he says to walk by faith and not by sight? And let's see if you all have anything for me. Deirdre, you don't need to have eyesight to see what's meant for us. Faith and trust is all we need to do. Yeah, there's been a lot of teaching coming from myself and from Dr. Ruth Anderson along the line of the angels, God, divine, all of them saying to us, all we ask is that you trust. All we ask is that you trust. You don't have to jump through hoops. You don't have to do. All you have to do is trust. And that's what Neville is saying. All you have to do is trust. You don't have to see it in form. You will see it when you believe it. That is a huge teaching of his. I know we thought it came from elsewhere, but that is his teaching. And Kim, believe it's already on the way. Well, and his teaching is believe it's already here. When we can get into that trust feeling that you've already manifested it. So what are some of his other teachings? I just wanted to do a Neville summary today. So he said the secret to manifestation is feeling. Feeling is the secret. You must live in the state of the wish fulfilled rather than desiring it, because to desire it indicates that there's a lack somewhere. So if you're coming from, I wish I had that, I want to have that, then you're saying, I don't have that, right? And you may not physically have it, but you can get into the feeling of having it. What does it feel like to have something? Good morning, Suzanne. So, Blue Jean, good morning. Yes, you manifested that Barbie barn, didn't you? So feeling like it's already there, seeing it real in your mind's eye, this is huge. This is like the teaching of his, to actually feel it, that you already have it. And in your imagination, you can touch it. You can talk to it. You can love it and feel it right. Yes. And he also taught something called revision. So as you look at things that maybe didn't go the way you wanted them to go and you didn't achieve what you wanted to achieve, in your imagination time, do it over and do it the way you would have wanted it to take place, and watch your whole attitude, your whole perspective change. So believe that it's already there. He taught to live from the end. So don't focus on how a desire will happen, but on the feeling of it having already happened. When we come from the desire, then we're still in that I want stage, right? I want it to happen, instead of saying, I'm trusting that it has happened and I don't have to see it immediately. I know that it's happened and trust that that miracle is showing up. That it's not that it will show up, it's showing up. Always speak from the present and speak from the end, as he says. So he taught a technique called the state akin to sleep. Before sleep, you go into this state. It's kind of like a daydream. Anybody ever daydreamed about something? And when you daydream, you see it and think of it the way you want it to be. So daydream before you actually go to sleep, do the daydream sleep, and play this video in your mind. Play the scene the way you want it to be, that the wish has already been fulfilled, and stay in that feeling. Go to sleep with that feeling inside of you that you already have what it is that you have put out there that you're going to manifest. So those are Neville's tips, and I've followed many of his techniques. I love the ladder technique. I've taught that to you all before, and that is in my manifestation book, Manifestation by Grace. So what do you think? Are any of you practicing any of this? Is this all new to you? Have you been doing it? But maybe there's that special little tweak to it of thinking of it from the end, not from where you're at presently of wanting it or desiring it. Get out of that mode and into, okay, I trust, right? I'm walking by faith, and then I will see the evidence of it. Okay, so that's it. That's the manifestation tips for today. And what do you think? Talk to me. Are any of you doing what Neville says? Are you following any of those manifestation techniques and tips? And just let me know. So I am going to bring up today's story time message. And the angel slowed me down. That's the name of the title of the message, but it's also the truth of what happened over the weekend with the yesterday especially. The angel slowed me down, and it's a funny story, and I tell it in story time. So I will be bringing that up to read to you. I don't see any feedback or anybody talking about manifesting or the tips that were given from Neville, so I hope I'm still on the air. Sometimes it freezes, and so I don't see you all responding, but I think I'm still going from what I can see on my phone. So I'm going to go on into story time then. And let me pull that up. The angel slowed me down. He slowed my roll. Good morning, Mama Hada Bear. Kathleen, I'm so glad you're here. You can't use up creativity. The more you use, the more you have. That's a quote from Maya Angelou. There's something sacred about the road. Every mile traveled becomes a meditation if we allow ourselves to see beyond the destination. Today, I completed the final stretch of my westward journey and entered one of the most beautiful places on earth. Every single time I make this drive, emotion rises in me the moment I turn that familiar corner and the Rocky Mountains come into view. It feels like coming home to wander itself. Before that moment, however, there are the plains, endless stretches of highway and open land that I have often described as boring. No towering mountains, no dramatic scenery, just miles and miles of simplicity. Yet this year was different. This year I intentionally tried to find appreciation in what I had previously overlooked. I asked myself what beauty I had missed because I was too focused on what came next. I think the angels heard me. Anyone who knows me knows I tend to have a bit of a lead foot when traveling. I am always mindful of the possibility of receiving a speeding ticket, especially on those long open highways where it feels like the road stretches into eternity. Well, the angels apparently decided to help me practice patience and mindfulness in the most humorous way possible. I had passed a vehicle when I suddenly realized there was a state trooper directly in front of me. I quietly pulled in behind him, and there we remained for mile after mile after mile. He drove exactly the speed limit the entire time. Cars would speed up behind me, begin to pass, spot the trooper, and immediately fall back in line behind us. Before long, it looked like a parade procession moving through Kansas. I could almost feel the laughter of the angels surrounding the situation. Finally, I laughed out loud and said, "You did this, didn't you?" Because honestly, it felt exactly like something Spirit would orchestrate. As I drove, I had been listening to teachings by Neville Goddard about manifestation and imagination. The timing made me wonder how much of our journey we unknowingly create through our thoughts, expectations, and focus. Did I manifest a police escort because somewhere deep inside I knew I needed to slow down? Was this divine protection disguised as inconvenience? Was it Spirit gently reminding me that the journey itself matters just as much as the destination? Creativity works much the same way. We often think inspiration only exists in the grand moments, the mountains appearing on the horizon, the breakthrough revelation, the miraculous experience. Yet true creativity is born in the plains. It grows in the ordinary spaces. It expands when we choose to look deeper instead of rushing ahead. The more we engage life with curiosity and wonder, the more life opens itself to us. Perhaps creativity is not something we manufacture at all. Perhaps it is something we allow. The angels constantly remind me that when we slow down enough to notice the tiny miracles, life becomes infused with magic. A quiet landscape becomes holy ground. A state trooper becomes a divine speed regulator. A long stretch of highway becomes a classroom for gratitude and laughter. The plains taught me something this year. Beauty is not reserved only for dramatic moments. Creativity is not limited to artists, musicians, or writers. Creativity is the way we choose to see the world. It is the ability to discover wonder where once we saw emptiness. Dear angels, How can we open ourselves more fully to creativity and inspiration in everyday life? Dear ones, creativity is the language of the soul. It flows naturally when you stop striving and begin noticing. Every moment offers an opportunity to create through your thoughts, your words, your laughter, compassion, and your perspective. You need not wait for the mountains to appear before you recognize beauty. Heaven places miracles all along the road. When you slow down enough to witness them, inspiration multiplies within you. What you appreciate expands. What you bless becomes sacred. Life itself is your greatest canvas. I love those words. I'm going to copy that and put it in the comments because I think that's our little gem of the day. What you appreciate expands. What you bless becomes sacred. So the angels whisper, "Slow down, beloved. The miracle is not only waiting at the destination, it dances beside you on the open road, laughs with you in unexpected moments, and reveals itself whenever your heart chooses wonder over hurry." So today, I promise to pay more attention to the miracles leading the journey, not necessarily those that are at the end, but all of them. What are we overlooking? And I have to ask myself now as I'm traveling along, what am I overlooking? What am I not seeing, not paying attention to that I manifested? Somehow I manifested that experience because I think in my heart, I knew, in my mind, I knew that there was the need to slow down. I had had a not so good experience prior to that. As you know, I spoke about that earlier, where I almost had an accident and I was traveling more than the speed limit and everybody came to a complete stop. And it was very hard to not go into, or it was hard to avoid going into the car ahead of me. I know it was the angels that just pulled my car away from that car's bumper, or it would have been bad. So I think that had been on my mind, and I manifested the state trooper to give me a police escort into Colorado. So that was pretty cool, I think, and I'm still laughing with the angels about that one. All right, so Lily came in while we were doing story time. Good morning, Lily. And what else we got? Brookie, things seem to be manifesting in their own time here, but everything has been feeling a bit more magical lately, with tapping in more deeply and feeling a bit more guided for how certain thoughts and ideas make me feel. Yes, and congratulations to you and Dylan, Brookie. I think that's amazing. And Catherine, I see your prayer request. We definitely will pray for that friend. And Suzanne says, I can attest to that. It really works. I've been manifesting and still am many times, from parking spots to money. Being grateful that it already happened during manifestation is very important. The gratitude part. Yes, Suzanne, thank you. Feel it that it's already happened and feel the gratitude for it. Okay, anything else? All right, so let's see what Kuan Yin has to say. And we'll see what Yogananda has to say. We'll do a couple of whispers and then our prayer time and get on with this amazing, wonderful day. I'm excited about today. So Kuan Yin's message is the loving push. Sacred Grandmother will nudge you when you need to take a step, comfort you when you become uncertain, and provide the means for you to move towards your destination, which is, of course, your divine destiny. When you feel the divine pushing you, leap, don't hesitate. When you feel that nudge, and you know it's time. You know what I'm talking about. It just feels in alignment. It feels right. And it feels like, yep, this is what I'm doing now. Then jump at that opportunity. All right, so let's see what Yogananda has to say to us today. Today is May 11th. We are moving right along. And we are talking now. Yogananda has his spiritual diary broken down into topics. So the next topic we are going into today with Yogananda is discrimination. Remember that finding God will mean the funeral of all sorrows. Let's digest that one, right? Let's digest it, because when we put our focus totally on our relationship with God, then it doesn't mean that life is going to be perfect. It means that we understand more about how things are happening in our life. And we find that gratitude that we were just talking about, even when things are not perfect, even when we have to let an animal go that has lived its destined life, what it came here for, as well as people, and knowing that everything is happening in divine time. So that's an interesting one to start us off with, for discrimination. And Brookie says, oh my gosh, showing up to the riverboat yesterday to check out the pavilion and ending up getting on for a free Mother's Day float was an incredible surprise. The captain just had Max and I wait until the registered guests arrived to make sure there was still room. For us, it was so beautiful, and what a sign. And I love the pictures. Thank you for sharing that, Brookie. That really did put a smile on my face. You looked so incredibly happy in those pictures. That smile just didn't stop. And I am just thrilled for you, thrilled for your little family. Yes, you were right on time. It was a synchronicity. Lily Ann says, myself needs a lot of prayers, please. Sometimes I get guided into you all here, like today, because I'm not much anywhere. Good to be here when I do. We're happy to have you here when you can show up, Lily. And we love you, honey, and thank you for sending your love. All right, so let's do 2 whispers. So I need 2 people to give me numbers, and then I'll pull the whisper from the Whispers of Joy, and our sweet little Max, our poster child for joy. So 2 messages from the whispers, and then we'll get into our prayer time together. So what y'all got for me this morning? Waiting. 4 and 7. Okay, those are our pages. Page 4, and thank you, Lily Ann. The path you walk is never wrong. Even when it twists, turns, and pauses, it is carrying you exactly where you are meant to be. Release the worry of wrong steps. Each step is guided. Each moment is love unfolding. When we judge something as right or wrong, that's just our judgment. That's just our perspective. Everything is as it's meant to be. And when we can get behind that and have faith that there is a divine hand that's guiding us, then we go into the trust factor. We go into faith. We go into saying, okay, it wasn't wrong. It was just a teaching moment. And that's what I always say. There's no failure There's nothing you did that was wrong. It was just a teacher for your life journey. It was an experience you had that's teaching you something. So that's a beautiful, beautiful nugget this morning. And Suzanne wants page 7. God never intended for you to live in self-doubt or insecurity. He created you to shine, to love, to be loved, and to walk confidently in your divine worth. So today, take a deep breath and stand tall. Let go of the voices inside and out that tell you that you are not enough. Instead, listen to the voice of truth, the angelic whispers, and the love of your Creator. You are enough. You are loved. You are worthy. Wow, I think I needed to hear that. Did you need to hear that? Did anybody else need to hear this message? And to go into that trust that we are enough, trust that we are loved, trust that we are worthy. We can say it all day long, but feel it from the end that yes, I am worthy. And I'm going to go to that page 16 that Mama Hada Bear wanted. Kathleen, I'm so glad you're here with us. Let me pull that one. And then thank you, Deirdre, for putting up our daily prayers, as you always do, and we so appreciate that. Trust the process. Hold on to faith. And remember, the most extraordinary people are those who refuse to let their struggles define them. They let them refine them. You are one of them. Keep going. The light is always within you. What a great ending thought from these whispers today. Trust the process. Hold on to faith. That's what we talked about the whole show. Hold on to faith. And remember, the most extraordinary people are those who refuse to let their struggles define them. You let them refine you. You're not defined by any one experience that you've had or even a bunch of experiences that you've had. That doesn't define you. It can refine you into this very person that you are right here, right now, if you allow it. And if you stop living in the past and bringing it back up to relive it over and over again, then you are letting it define you. You're saying, I am that. And you keep showing that into the world. Let it refine you as far as teaching you who you are and bringing you to this place you're at right now. Okay, so that was the whispers of today. And I think what a great job that the angels guided you three that picked numbers for us. And it was something we all needed to hear. Lily says, wow, I always feel I do things wrong about everything. And thank you, it was spot on to me. Yeah, it's perspective, it's having faith and trust in the divine plan. And then you know that, yeah, there were no wrong turns, there were no wrong decisions. That's a judgment call, and that's a perspective. Look at it as a teaching of you on your path. Brookie says, how I met Dylan and had Max was a pretty incredible manifestation. The timing was kind of hilarious with how it all flowed. Just had to start taking the steps. Yeah, absolutely. Leo's asking prayers for his family, especially Uncle Levi's family, his wife and all his children and 9 grandchildren during this difficult time. Absolutely, Leo. We hold you and your whole family up. So here's our daily prayer that Deirdre puts up for us each day, and thank you for that, Deirdre. Prayers for all humans, for Gaia and all who live on her back, for world peace, attention to human trafficking, our children, support for all families living with addiction, prayers for our troops, for every nation and their leaders, for me and my family, and for any traveling P's. Thank you, Deirdre, for those beautiful prayers you bring to us every day. Thank you for always being there for all of us P's. So let's go into our hearts together, remembering those who have asked for prayer, remembering those who are part of our life that we have gathered together in this lifetime as a spiritual family. And let's lift each person who has spoken up and said, I want to be a part of this. I love you. And we love you right back. If you're here, you're meant to be here. So know that you are lifted every day as part of our family. And then we expand it beyond that to neighborhoods, to countries, until we include everyone on this planet in lifting up prayers. So let's do that now. Breathe in together. Love together. And let's put these prayers out there with faith, seeing the end result, seeing the prayers answered, the wishes fulfilled. So God, right now, we just lift up to you every burden on our heart, every praise on our heart. We know that you are the giver of all life, of all love, of all miracles. And we just want to honor you and thank you for that. Thank you for taking care of those who are grieving, for those who are hurting, in whatever means that is, whether it's a physical pain, emotional pain, mental, spiritual. We lift up each one that has a desire to see that end result of peace in our hearts. And God, I just pray for that right now, that each person hearing these words receive peace inside and peace in their homes and peace in their community, and expanding it to peace in our entire world, every being, every animal, everything that has energy. Let peace fall like a blanket over us. We pray for our world leaders to make decisions that are for the best and highest good of everyone on the planet. And God, we pray for Mother Gaia. Thank you for this beautiful Earth Mother. Let us honor her every day. Every day is Mother's Day when we think of our planet. And let us love her and hold her in our heart with honor, with respect, with gratitude. I pray a blessing over each person right now that's hearing these words. May your heart be full today. May you find the beauty in everything, all the little things. A wildflower can be just as much of a blessing as a rose. Look for that which shows up, that puts a smile on your face. That's a miracle. And let the miracles happen. Each moment, each breath is a miracle. God, I thank you for this family. Thank you for already answering our prayers. And we leave them with you. They're not ours. They're not burdens for us to take on our path. We lay them down before you, trusting and believing in you, believing that we are touched by the divine, that we have that closer walk with Jesus, with Divine Mother, that the Holy Spirit within us nudges us and helps us along our way every moment of every day. Thank you. We love you. Om Shanti. Om Peace. Amen and amen. Okay, well, what time is it? It is Leo and Brookie time. So let me grab that wonderful Up, Up, Up song and let's get on with this day. Okay, where did you go, Leo? There it is. Well, let's go into our hearts. Hand on your heart center and slow down your breathing.
Higher, yeah. Beyond the clouds, past the sun, that's where we're headed. Filled by the power of the Spirit, guided by purpose, raising consciousness. Up, we gonna raise the vibe high and higher till we touch the sky. We don't need no wings to fly. Up, we gonna raise the vibe high and higher. Set your intentions, we off to another dimension. Up, we go, let love lead the way. Up, we go, no time to hesitate. Up, we go, and it feels so good. Up, we go.
Let's breathe in love. Breathe that love out into the world.
There was a time when I didn't know what to do. I'd focus my mind on things that just made me blue. No reason, no rhyme, making the negative true. I didn't know what else to do, but then I found my groove. We're going up, above, to a higher plane, up, above, where we can't complain, up, above, where we can't refrain from anything bringing us down. Up, above, to a higher plane, up, above, where we can't complain, up, above, where we can't refrain from anything bringing us down.
Up, we gonna raise the vibe high and higher till we touch the sky. We don't need no wings to fly. Up, we gonna raise the vibe high and higher. Set your intentions, we off to another dimension. Up, we go, let love lead the way. Up, we go, no time to hesitate. Up, we go, and it feels so good. Up, we go, we going higher, yeah. We going higher, yeah. We going higher, yeah.
We're going higher and higher and higher, yeah.
Up, we gonna raise the vibe high and higher till we touch the sky. We don't need no wings to fly. Up, we gonna, and it feels so. Up, we go,
Off to another dimension.
going higher, we go,
Higher, yeah.
going higher, we go,
Flying high, so high.
going higher, we go.
We're going higher and higher and higher, yeah.
Going higher, yeah.
Up, up, up. Indeed, Max Man, that's where we are all going. Up, up, up with our frequency every time we come onto Cuppa. I love you so much. Stay in your heart. Have a blessed day. And go out there and manifest. Manifest something today that you can see it real, feel it real, and then watch it show up for you. I love you. I'll see you back here